Three Afghan military officers who escaped from a training camp in Cape Cod said they were trying to seek asylum in Canada. The officers saying they had no desire to return to Afghanistan, where they say they received death threats from the Taliban once they began their training. Men also say they also fear disciplinary action for the Afghan government, and an Afghan diplomat had said that the government would never harm them from their end. All that said, in Batavia, New York, they went to a court here and they were asking basically for asylum, and the state made it pretty clear it wasn't going to happen. Let me ask you real quickly, whether it's legit or not, they fear reprisals when they go back home. One said that the community that he was from, the town they were in, people went by his family's house, said, we're here because we're looking to get your son as soon as he comes back. Where's the line? When do we say yes or no to asylum? They say you formally have to apply, but sooner than later the decision's got to get made. Well,
of course, and they probably do fear for their lives. I mean, that is Afghanistan. The question becomes, I think, the country itself is one that we consider to be a sort of control and not an ally that you provide asylum. I'm not an expert in that, but you know, Afghanistan, much like Iraq, I'm afraid, is going to begin to disintegrate even as we leave some troops there, because it's run by tribal leaders.
And I think there is a distinction with the difference that these guys were soldiers. They came here for additional training to go back and fight in Afghanistan. It's different than if they were peacekeepers or whatever else. That's part of the gig, you know. I don't want to be crass here, but you know, it's also, you're not helping your cause when all of a sudden you go AWOL in Cape Cod, you know.
I mean, you would hope we would take that into account, but we're pretty fickle when it comes to who we grant asylum to and people from what country. I mean, yeah, you have to show that your life's in danger or that you have reason to fear returning, but it really depends on how we feel about that country and how useful you might be to our handling with that country.
You're right. Exactly.
Yeah, and look at our relationship with Cuba. I mean, yes, Cuba's dictatorial and it's a totalitarian government, but all you have to do is basically show up from Cuba and you're granted asylum like that. It's because of our overall relationship with Cuba has less to do with the actual physical conditions on the ground.
Gentlemen, thank you very much, and it pains me to say this, but Andrew's Orioles are up 2-0 at this point in the playoffs, so good luck to him. I'll have some headlines after the break here.